You look troubled. Something in particular on your mind? Or someone?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not on hers.
My old girlfriend.
Sabrina's getting married tomorrow. To a man who already has a wife.
Your ex is marrying Patrick Drake, isn't she? I thought his wife died a couple of years ago.
Well, that's the general consensus. But Dr. Robin Scorpio Drake is very much alive.
Well, Julian came back from the dead, so to speak. What's one more?
Yeah, exactly.
But still, you know, everyone in town, including her husband, thinks that Robin is very much dead. So what is it that makes you suspect that she still walks among the living?
I saw her with my own 2 eyes. Robin tells me that her name is Epiphany Johnson. Well, then I ran into a picture of the real Epiphany, and that's when I realized that Robin was lying about who she was. And then I remember where I had seen her before. In a picture at Patrick's house.
So did you go back and confront her?
Well, yeah, I tried, but by the time I got there, she had already cleared out.
So you have no proof, then?
You don't think it's possible?
I think it's possible that you saw this Robin. I think it's possible that your mind is playing tricks. I mean, you've been wanting to get back together with Sabrina for how long now?
Years. Ever since we broke up.
Right. Now you've come all the way to Port Charles to win her back, only to discover that she's moved on with a man who not too long ago lost his wife. And now right before their wedding, this not-so-dead wife conveniently appears to you out of the blue.
Yeah, Sabrina didn't believe me either. I mean, I barely believe it myself. Who would? Who would? Look, if...
Wait a minute, you already told Sabrina that you saw Robin?
I ran into Sabrina literally right after it all happened. What was I supposed to do?
You're supposed to keep your mouth shut and come to me, and we think together, and we come up with a way for you to break the news.
There's no time. Sabrina's getting married tomorrow to a married man. Now, even if I didn't want it for myself, she deserves to know.
Well, I don't blame you for having the impulse to act. But I don't blame Sabrina for being skeptical either.
It's beyond skepticism. She won't even listen to me.
Well, then maybe Sabrina isn't the person you should be talking to. You want results? You want someone to take to heart what you're saying? Then you bypass Sabrina altogether. And you go to the husband. And you tell Patrick his wife is alive.
I'll keep an eye on...
It seems to me you have 2 options. You keep quiet and let Sabrina naively trip down the aisle only to have her heart broken. Or you spare her that pain. And you tell Patrick that his wife is alive.
Don't you think I already thought of that? Just last night, I was sitting outside his house. I was about to knock on his door.
Why didn't you?
I couldn't think of a way to tell him that would convince him.
Well, that would take some doing.
Patrick knows I want Sabrina. He's not going to believe a word I say. And now it's even more impossible that everybody knows I'm Julian Jerome's right-hand man. No offense.
I would take it as a compliment.
Yeah. Nothing left to be done. Sabrina's fate is out of my hands and into Robin's.
Carlos. What are we going to do with you?
There's nothing to do. Sabrina's made her choice. I have to accept it.
But you're in pain. And you have a void like that inside of you. It can eat you alive, slowly. Bit by bit. Till it consumes you entirely.
What do you know about it?
Well, I know what it's like. To have your whole world wrapped up in someone who doesn't love you anymore. Who's made it perfectly clear that his future does not include you, and someone who will probably ruin their life because he spurned you.
What idiot would possibly spurn you?
Not an idiot. Just arrogant. Unwilling to compromise. I don't want to talk about him. I want to talk about you. And how I don't want you to end up like me.
Oh, come on. You're doing all right from where I'm standing.
I'm not. But you can. So let me help you. Let me go to Patrick on your behalf. If he won't take your word for it, maybe he'll take mine. No?
Thanks for the offer, but...
Thanks, but no thanks.
Drake wouldn't believe you any more than he'd believe me. And in the end, Sabrina would only hate me even more.
You're probably right.
Oh, I know I'm right. Patrick and Sabrina won't believe that Robin's alive until they see her with their own eyes. Just like I did. Thanks for the offer, though. You're a true friend.
Well,